What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Week Zero podcast. I am Connor Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead Doherty, hosting for this week. To my left is Andrew Rank Clemson Coster.
Yes, do it.
He will go and bite some people's heads off if they beat Wake and are still not ranked next week. So I don't think that would happen.
No, if they didn't, they're actually on crack.
Yeah. And below me is Ryan. Thank Jesus for Connor's sake, Fravel. I wasn't going insane. I wasn't. Maybe I was. I don't know.
Yeah, you were.
But what is up, gentlemen? How are you doing tonight?
Great. Got to go to Clemson the first time in a while this past weekend, so that was cool. Was good to be back up there. Missed it.
Yeah, having a good weekend, and outside of the Broncos and Lakers choking, it was a good weekend because Notre Dame won, and that's always a good.
Lakers just suck, bro.
So it was per usual for your teams then.
Can never have a 3-0. I've only had my teams go 3-0 in a weekend one time this year.
Well, we'd love
I
to see that.
thought you were going to say once in your lifetime because that sounds more true than anything.
Hey, you know what? My teams have won more championships than any of your guys' teams in any sport.
Yeah, because you're a bandwagon. That's the only reason why you like the Lakers.
No, he's just a LeBron. He's just a LeBron fan.
Yeah, come on, Bronny.
I'm sure if we could find it, you were
I was a Cavs and a Heat fan before.
Okay, you were? I go like Cavs.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, it's just LeBron. So you have no leg to stand on with that. So
the only thing you have is Denver.
All you have is Denver and Notre Dame, which that's fine. Those are two plenty. I'm sure. So.
Yeah. Well, Notre Dame hasn't even won anything since he's been alive. So.
88, right?
Yep.
I think 88. Wow, that's impressive.
Still more than Lucas and Connor's teams combined.
Okay. Congrats. Hit me up when you actually do some of this century.
Cool. At least my team actually didn't get blown out in a championship for once.
We used to do the blowing out in championship games.
Yeah, keyword dead.
Not since Rudy have you been relevant.
Rudy.
That was like in the 1970s.
Rudy was offsides, by the way.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Rudy was offsides. Everyone knows
Speaking of Rudy, we did have a moment this past week. I don't know if you guys seen the guy who caught the touchdown pass for Kansas.
That was his first offensive snap ever. That was his walk-on and his first offensive snap ever, and he catches the game-winning catch.
I got to hear the soundbite of his family.
His family at the other end.
Yes, that was the best. And you play the Rudy music underneath it?
Oh, no. The best thing is the Titanic music during that play.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys, let's get started. Obviously, we're going to first go to our playoff ranking reactions.
Yeah. Even though then there wasn't much that changed anyway. Funny enough. Like it's literally
we can talk about that once you bring it up. I mean, I think none of the top 7 changed. The biggest surprise for me was that Baylor didn't go up higher for beating Oklahoma, but I guess that's just because
I think everyone just thought about Oklahoma.
They were low in Oklahoma to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom, you guys were saying you had an issue with Arkansas being ranked and they win to prove you guys wrong.
I didn't really have an issue.
Andrew didn't have a problem.
No. Ryan, you had a problem. You and
Lucas had a problem.
You and Lucas had a problem with Arkansas.
Yeah, I think. No, I mean, yeah, they probably could have lost that game, but I mean, hey,
who did they play again?
LSU, and it was at LSU, and it was at night. So I mean, that's not like an easy task. So even regardless of how bad LSU is, their fans are going to come out. So I respect them for that. I think they did a good job. I'll tell you what, though, UTSA struggled for a bit against Southern Miss. I was a surprise.
Boy Cam got a couple of big kick returns.
Yeah, that's good.
We gave him some extra help there.
Yeah, I know.
He almost returned one for a touchdown, but
I know.
Break one last.
Did he have a pick?
Yeah, he did have a pick too. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, nice. That's awesome,
dude. We should just have him on every week. Give him the good mojo.
Yeah,
we should have him on every week. Give him the good mojo for that.
Yeah, we should.
Hey, you know what? He did do better than any of us in the pick'ems. So I mean,
what did what was his total? You said he was like 19.
He went 19-3. 19-3.
Wow, that's impressive. So Mississippi State, Houston, Utah, UTSA, Arkansas, NC State. I have no problems with any of those there. I guess UTSA, I think, only went up by 1.
Because they struggled with Southern Miss.
But it's also because I don't remember who was at the bottom. A few teams dropped out at the bottom there.
I think it was Purdue and
Purdue was at 19. San Diego State's taking their spot.
I think only like 2 teams dropped from the rankings this past week. Really, everyone in the rankings for the most part won.
Texas A&M lost.
Yeah, but they fell on to 16. No, they didn't.
Yeah, like I said, I think I was just a little surprised that Baylor didn't get into the top 10 for being Oklahoma.
Well, they can't.
I don't mind Oklahoma State being above Baylor because Oklahoma State beat Baylor, right?
No, they should be above Baylor 100%. They have one.
No, they beat them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I have no problem with that. I was a little.
It wasn't close either.
They would give that win a little bit more, but I guess that's just them beating down Oklahoma a bit more.
I think it's more. I think the reason they have Baylor still above Wake is because of the loss. Regardless of Wake, really still hasn't really beat anybody.
Baylor has an extra loss, right?
They do. They lost to
the highest 2 loss team
and TCU.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I guess the main is it was crazy to see Wisconsin at 15 despite of Ryan, calm down. You guys have 1 ranked win now, okay? And it's not better than Michigan State's win now. Calm down.
Cincy's win is looking better now with you guys at 8 all of a sudden.
Notre Dame would beat Michigan.
No. Stop.
We wouldn't struggle with Penn State either.
Yeah, you would if you was at Penn State. Bro, everyone has struggled with Penn State this year. It's not like no one is blowing them out.
Penn State lost to No Nicks. Or no, never mind. They beat No Nicks. I shut up talking.
Yeah, exactly. You should stop talking, Ryan. Exactly.
Yeah.
You should stop talking for a bit. See, Ryan, that's what happens when you open your mouth too much. You just like that, and we just get to roast you on it.
Yep.
Yeah. So nothing changed. The full top 7, I think, is the exact same as it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame has gone up 1 because Oklahoma lost. Everyone, I think, from Oklahoma or Notre Dame through Ole Miss has gone up 1 because those teams all won.
I'm surprised Oklahoma didn't drop more, but I guess that's only because of the 1 loss.
Yeah, I thought they were going to drop them more, but maybe they're like, oh, look at Kansas. We'll give them a little bit extra. Okay.
Who behind Oklahoma would you rank ahead of them? Honestly,
that's true.
That's true.
You really can't.
Honestly, as much as we've been harping on Oklahoma, I wouldn't trust any of the teams behind them.
No.
Especially how BYU's been so inconsistent.
Exactly. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust Wisconsin. Their offense has been meh.
They've gotten it together a little more over the weeks, though.
Iowa's offense. Iowa, I think Iowa might be my regret pick because I ticked against them. If I remember correctly, that might be my regret.
I did too.
Who were they playing? Minnesota?
Yeah, the Florida Rosedale.
Yeah, and they blew them out. No, my biggest regret actually, I'm not that, but one of them is not picking Louisville because they were retiring the number, and I should have picked it for that.
Y'all really slept on Louisville. I told y'all. But
Syracuse really impressed. Honestly, they impressed me this year. They're definitely better.
5 and 6, but they've been better.
They're 5 and 5, but they've been hot a lot. Most of their games be close. And same with Louisville. You could look. Louisville could arguably be undefeated. I think they've lost a game by this year is 10. That's.
I think it's no. They beat. Did they beat?
They lost to Ole Miss by 17, I think.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
They lost to Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah, they did get crapped on by Ole Miss. But, besides that, though, they could only have really 1 loss. I think the most they've lost by in the game besides that is 10 to NC State. In a game which they actually outgained NC State. Which also, I want to point this out. I'm surprised NC State only dropped a spot for losing to Wake. It's Wake, and they're a good team, but,
it wasn't a blowout, though. That's the thing. I think it's not as bad as Purdue getting blown up by Ohio State.
Yeah, and I told y'all that was going to happen. That's just
Purdue. That's how it is. You always take. Damn it! I'm about to sneeze. Always take Purdue when they're unranked. Excuse me.
Tight.
Excuse me.
Tight.
Yeah, always take Purdue when they're playing a top 5 team when they're unranked. It's just like Virginia Tech. I remember in basketball the last before this year, the last 2 or 3 seasons, they've played top 3 or 5 top 5 teams, ranked teams at neutral sites and beating them. So it's like, don't play Virginia Tech right before Thanksgiving as a top 5 team in a neutral site.
I've seen some. Speaking of Purdue, by the way, their basketball team looks really good. They were up, I think, like 52-12 at halftime over somebody yesterday. So
we're doing a March Madness, right?
Yeah, we are.
March Madness show.
Hey, our 3 teams are 3-0. By the way, Lucas's was, and then they got beat by the Diet Coke drink.
It wasn't even 20; it was 40. Connor,
they lost by 40.
Yes,
BYU?
They got 40 balled.
I think people also say BYU is also really good, but still, there's no excuse for
it. It was like, I saw it was like 20 something.
They were up by 20, and it just got worse.
Yep.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like Notre Dame
man.
Notre Dame in the playoffs. They lose by 40.
We've actually never lost by 40. Fun fact.
35.
35, 27 or 27 or whatever. Still
okay, guys. I think there's not much we can.
I didn't get to
about that. I think we can
hold on, Brian. All right. Hold on, Brian. Let me go put it back then. There really wasn't that much.
There wasn't that much to talk about. Is there anything else you had?
The only thing I really wanted to say is I still don't agree with San Diego State being ranked. I don't think they're the 19th best team in the country. But
I agree with that. Except that I think they should be ranked, but lower.
Yeah. How would you feel about switching?
Would you honestly be okay putting in Houston there?
No.
Yeah, like switching them in Houston?
No. Houston's only wins against SMU. No.
What about switching them with UTSA?
UTSA hasn't played anybody worth crap. I'm sorry, but no.
If
anything, I would put Arkansas or NC State there or Utah.
Where would you put Houston and where would you put San Diego State?
I'd put San Diego State at 23. I'd put Houston at 24.
And just swap Utah in there?
Yeah. And the other thing I would do is I'd swap Clemson with Mississippi State. That's the only other thing really I would do.
Who did Mississippi State beat?
They beat Auburn, who was ranked.
Yeah.
Ranked Auburn team.
I just don't like it because they have. That's the only reason why. I mean, but they have 4 losses at the end of the day, which that's still kind of troubles me.
They already have 4. They're the first 4.
But
they be ranked.
They're the best 4-loss team.
They are the best 4. No, they are the best 4-loss team. I agree. I mean, they have. Do you look at their wins? They've beaten Kentucky. They've beaten Texas A&M. They've beaten NC State. They've beaten what's it called? And now they've beaten Auburn. So like it's not like they're bad ones. It's just more the 4-loss thing for me.
Honestly, if they had 1 or 2 losses, I think they could arguably be top 10 because they maybe.
Well, I'm surprised they're stuck behind NC State with the head-to-head. I mean, with how the committee's kind of talked about.
Well, but they're not gonna put a
4-loss
team over below a 4-loss Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Well, there's all NC State has 3 losses. Mississippi State has 4.
I know, but the thing is, there's too many other teams gap between. But here's another thing with NC State. They are really milking that Clemson win to keep them at 20, in my opinion. In which Clemson's literally probably arguably played their worst performance.
Well, it's helping that Clemson is that's winning now, so it's making it look better now. Even though,
besides that,
you guys lost. Did you guys lose the next week as well? You lost like back-to-back or something?
No, we did not. Thankfully, we have not lost back-to-back games in a long time, if I remember correctly.
But you still have 3 losses though?
We do have 3 losses. To be fair to currently the number 1. The number 18 and the number 20 teams in the country, but yeah, we do have 3 losses.
I find it really funny though that for what we're going to be getting to in a little bit for openings for some teams, they're saying maybe Venables and Elliott Bolts.
Venables is not going anywhere, bro.
Year, and it's just like down
Venables
year.
ain't going anywhere.
That's kind of impressive. I mean, Alabama, when they had 2 losses a few years ago, that was considered a down year, and everyone was like, oh, my God, what's Saban doing?
Yeah, people like, this is the end for Bama, and that's what they're saying about Clemson now. Y'all go ahead. I'll let people say that. I mean,
as Alabama
leaves, that'd be hilarious if he left.
Has Bama ever had a season since Nick Saban's been there where they've had 4 losses? Because Clemson could realistically have 4.
I don't think they've had more than 2.
They've had 3. They had 3 in 2010. They had 3 in 2010.
Really?
That was the year Florida beat them, right? In the SEC title game with Tim Tebow?
No, that was the year they lost to South Carolina, LSU, and Auburn, where they blew like a 24-0.
Oh no, that was the comeback. They were
the comeback.
They were like 24-3, and Cam Newton came back.
That is 100%
at Alabama too.
It was at Alabama, actually. Yeah.
But no, I am glad to see Houston ranked though. Like I think we can all agree, it's nice to see the American team get some respect.
Yeah, and
like I said, I think the committee is trying to maybe set it up to where if Cincy beats SMU this week, try and set that up to give them a good ranked team in that in the American championship game.
Cincinnati's got to be real careful though. This next.
But they play an 8-win SMU team. They got to be very careful this week.
No, but this could also really help boost the resume down the road.
Yeah. The SMU game will too.
Yeah.
SMU and Houston are the two best teams right now in the American besides Cincy. So
yeah, for sure.
And I think that gives them potentially the edge.
Also, one quick thing. UTSA, I'm going to say this. Watch up on. They should be on upset alert this week. They play at UAB. UAB is sneaky good.
Blazers.
I know. No, I actually did. I actually agree with that 100%.
UAB won last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And did I pick them though? I can't remember.
No, Cam was the only one of us that picked UAB last week.
Who were they playing?
Oh,
who did they play? I can't remember who they played.
Was it Marshall? I think they were playing Marshall.
Yeah, he did. He did pick UAB. I should have. That's another regret.
We are Marshall. We are Marshall failed us.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Okay, I think we need to get on to a quick recap. First, obviously, probably the funniest moment was Kansas beating Texas.
And I called it last week that would be something Texas would do.
That is something Texas would do.
First time Kansas has ever beaten Texas at Texas. First time Kansas has ever won a game after being a 30-point underdog. First time Texas has ever lost a game as a 30-point favorite. And what did you say, Costa, is the biggest upset in Big 12 history by
point spread? Yeah. Which reminds me of something.
Texas is back, folks. Not this time. You're wrong. We're back. No, we got you.
When Texas wins tonight.
No way.
Against the mighty SEC.
No way.
Texas is back.
This one was invented by a writer.
What is that? I think that's the 6th straight week that we've used that.
Because they're on a 6-game losing streak.
Because they're on a 6-game losing streak, right?
Yeah, they are. It's actually terrible.
But I was going to say,
be honest, does Stark actually survive the offseason?
No. With how Texas fans are, they're worse than I think Bama fans or like when a team that's really good, they're worse than Patriots fans. So yeah, he's probably gone.
I mean,
I feel like
I'm gonna say no.
I feel like I think he'll get one more season if he can. I think,
but not even Tom Herman did this bad, and he got 3 years. And he was.
Who do they play? Who's the remaining schedule? Because if they can make a bowl, I think that's at least good enough.
Aren't they like 4 and 6 right now?
4 and 6.
They have to win the next 2 games.
The next one is at West Virginia, and then I think the last one's Texas Tech, which are both winnable games. They're games.
Wait, no, they already blew out Texas Tech.
I lied. Usually they play.
Would it be TCU?
Yeah. Let me double check.
I'd probably pick them against West Virginia. West Virginia's trash. They're what?
But I did also want to say
it's Kansas State, so no.
Oh, Kansas, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, no.
And no Bijan Robinson either. By the way, he's out for the year. In case y'all forgot, this is
the first time Kansas has won a Big 12 road game since 2008. They have lost 52 consecutive Big 12 road conference games and have not.
I find it hilarious that their two most recent Big 12 wins have been over Texas, both at home and then on the road. Both times, that's the last time they had any Big 12 losses was Texas.
Oh gosh, no, I can't. I'm not. Crazy that their last Big 12 win was when they had the GOAT, Todd Reesing.
And Chris Harris Jr.
Oh,
yeah. Of course he has.
Oh, no. Who's that coach that in 2007? The really fat guy that was like a
Mark Mangino or something.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Yeah, it was like Andy Reid lookalike, pretty much.
Yeah.
I will say they are building something at Kansas. I think there's something different about this Kansas team. They're
2-8.
No, not that. But it's like I really like their head coach. Like I really like. He's
from Wisconsin Clearwater or something.
He won like 4 straight
won
national
4 or 5
titles
championships with them.
Yeah, in a row.
Wisconsin Clearwater, I think.
Yeah.
Is that D2 or D3?
Yeah, D3. He won. They're like the Bama of.
That's a big jump. D3 to D1. That's a really big jump.
Even if the culture and that quarterback that Connor's going to get into it a little bit later in the show, but their quarterback that this was his first start.
They were thinking of redshirting him, and now they can't. They kind of have to stick with him at this point. They wanted to redshirt him because I think that was his first. That was like his 3rd or 4th game. That was like his 3rd game. So, okay.
I think another way, obviously, we need to talk about, speaking of Big 12, is Oklahoma finally losing.
Thank you.
Caleb Williams gets benched, and Spencer Rattler comes in, and Oklahoma.
We want Spencer!
Yeah, they were chanting, we want Spencer, and everyone's just like, "Huh, this is like reverse deja vu."
And he did worse than Caleb Williams did when he came in.
And then was it you or Lucas who said that Lincoln Riley is rumored for LSU?
That was Lucas, and I actually looked it up. It is true. He's rumored to leave Oklahoma for LSU.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, I would want to do that too.
Well, think about it. You have to deal with 2 drama queens now. You got Caleb Williams and Spencer Rattler, and with how this is played out,
Rattler's going to transfer.
Not to be the self-centered piece of crap that Rattler is.
Caleb Williams is really full of himself, though. Like honestly,
Well, I think it's because he's a freshman who came in and saved the team for a few weeks there. So he got to his head. It's like the what's his name? Cliff Longley came in for the Cowboys back in the 70s during a Thanksgiving game when Roger Staubach got injured for the Cowboys. He was in the game, and then like a few weeks later punched out Roger Staubach and got released and never played in the NFL again because he got so full of himself in that one game.
That's so funny.
I just think it's honestly hilarious because like I don't know if you guys seen it, but during what was it? During college football scoreboard for the Notre Dame halftime show, they were talking about the Oklahoma game, and I think it was Joey Galloway, and he goes, according to Kirk Herbstreit, this guy is the face of college football for the next couple of years. And Caleb Williams, and anytime he talks,
the ultimate roast.
The face of college football, Caleb Williams.
Oh, Kirk.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Kirk has had some bad takes, but that's up there.
Yeah. He
has. He's the next Trevor Lawrence. Like, come on.
And the crazy thing is that
he said what? He
said he was the next Trevor Lawrence. I'm not even joking.
All right, I'm out. All right, I'm done. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Over here. I'm out. I'm just kidding.
You know but what's crazy about that Baylor game is Baylor could have won by a lot more if not for a few mistakes that they themselves had. They ran for almost 300 yards.
Yeah, they had a bunch of turnovers during that game.
Yeah, if they hadn't turned the ball over so much, I think they would have won by 25 plus. I mean, they only won by 13, but that's a few touchdowns that they probably gave away, unfortunately.
Gary Bohannon reminds me so much of Lamar Jackson when he was at Louisville. Like just the body stature, not like the Heisman talk, not like that, but I'm saying like their play style. Like
I guess,
he's such a good runner, and the way he runs is when I watched him run that out to where it was like the read, and he went to the right side, I was like, that's Lamar Jackson. I was like, just the way he runs and the way he plays, his play style, his throwing style, it just reminds me so much of Lamar. Like
so white Lamar Jackson.
He's black.
Oh, he's black. I haven't seen that. I actually haven't seen Baylor play. I just hear the name Gary Bohannon, and I immediately just think white guy.
Oh, golly, help.
Oh, man. Are there any other games you guys want to talk about?
I guess the other one really kind of more A&M and Ole Miss because A&M, you are I'm
glad I took Ole Miss on that one. Oh, and also Auburn. We need to let them choke Falcon in.
Freaking Bo Nix.
They falconed it.
Well, Bo Nix a break, man. He was trying to bring him back on a broken ankle. So
they were up weren't they up 28-3?
They found good.
Stop.
And they
Stop. Stop. You're giving me PTSD.
It's hilarious.
Here.
It's the same week that the Cowboys destroyed the Falcons and made the Falcons actually talk about that on Twitter. Another team tries to replicate them.
Hey, you know what? It's hilarious because Bo Nix was the only quarterback that could ever pull off a 28-3.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's true. He is. I'm not gonna. But Mississippi State, I think this also goes for him too. They're still a good team.
And it's Mike Leach. You just know the air raid is gonna just.
Well, the air raid took a minute to get going when he was there. Now it looks like he's finally getting it together, and then like as the years go on,
yeah.
And I think that's gonna. I think it's actually gonna be good down the road.
Yeah, probably. And Ryan's just disappeared.
Well, it's kind of like talking about like Texas A&M. They're like, it's so weird with them because one week they look like a top 10 team in the country at times, and then there are times where they just look like a terrible team, like god awful. And maybe outside of Mississippi State, I haven't seen a team this year so inconsistent. Like, I don't know what's going on, but they literally, it is just, they're like a different team week to week.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of agree with that. But
I mean, I don't know. I'm just glad I picked Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Was I the only one who took Ole Miss?
I think so, yeah.
No,
there was a few that I was the only person I think I took it and I got it.
I think it was that one. Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah. Never mind, you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
closing the gap.
I was also scared
I was
also scared about Corral, like his injury.
Yeah, I was too. But okay, imagine if Ole Miss hadn't played like garbage against Alabama and like actually somehow managed to win that game, and if Lane Kiffin had actually used his brain. Just imagine, Ole Miss could be in the driver's seat. Imagine if they had, or imagine if they hadn't lost to Auburn. Like if Corral didn't get hurt against Auburn,
they'd be challenging Alabama probably.
Yeah, no, Bama and Bama's schedule is no joke left. They still got to play Arkansas and then at Auburn, and that is no joke.
Well, Auburn's without Bo Nix.
Okay,
so.
TJ Finley arguably could be just as good. We've seen what he can do this year. He brought him back against Georgia State.
Plus, Lucas already said earlier, Alabama hasn't won at Auburn in what 5-6 years.
I said that,
yeah. Since
20.
Yeah, for a hot minute. But yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Since there wasn't that much we were talking about, to our stunners and bummers. For those who have not seen it, the show before, stunners and bummers is for our players and our coaches who lit the world up as our stunner or crapped the bed as our bummer. Let's go to Ryan first. Who do you have as your stunner and your bummer?
All right, so a guy that Notre Dame kind of got to see earlier in the year, who wasn't the starting quarterback at the time, but is now the starting quarterback for the Toledo Rockets, DeQuan Finn. I don't know why, but I love that name.
It sounds like a very quarterback name, and I mean it works for the Toledo Rockets.
The Finn and the Rocket. Yeah, Finn puts it on a rocket to his wide receiver. But he played Bowling Green this weekend, and he went 18 for 24, completed 75% of his passes for 270 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a QB rating of 210.8.
Now, I don't understand, dude. You gotta stop giving the QB rating in college because it makes no sense. I don't understand how that number is created.
Meme.
Yeah, I don't understand how that number is come up with compared to the NFL.
And then for my bummer, we were talking about this and we were laughing at Florida in the group chat the entire day. Florida's defense. When Lucas said on the show last week
38 at halftime,
that Florida may have the worst defense in college football, they gave up 56 points to Sanford, an FCS team that is average at best. won't even make the FCS playoffs.
They're 4-6 now with that loss.
Yeah. And their quarterback went 33 for 57, completed 63.5% of his passes for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then their their quarterback also carried for 16 rushes for 65 yards, averaged 7.1 yards per carry for 2 touchdowns. And then on top of that, their running back, who also got 7 rush attempts for 21 yards, averaged 3 yards a game, but I had 2 more tutties. So
and they had a guy return a kickoff for a touchdown. Gave him the lead for halftime.
For the record, by the way, that is tied for the most points that Stanford has scored all year.
I think that's the most points Florida's ever given up in a half ever.
Yes, 42. It is.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the most points Florida's ever given up to an FCS team in school history.
56?
I wouldn't be surprised if Dan Mullen
56.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dan Mullen gets fired. That's the main thing.
I mean, if he isn't fired, is going to be the stunner, honestly.
Yeah.
See, and then you look at what's going on at LSU. Coach O got fired for having
after winning a championship.
Dan Mullen has a worse record than Ed O does, and they've been at their schools the same amount of time. Ed O has a championship.
Why LSU is getting rid of Coach O though? He won them a championship.
Dan Mullen still has his job.
Okay. Dan Mullen should be gone. But the whole thing with Coach O, it's a Gene Chizik situation. Yes, he won the Natty, but okay, that's like Gene Chizik when he had Cam Newton and like Michael Dyer. It's the same kind of, and Nick Fairley, same situation. He had an amazing offense coordinator. He had Joe Burrow. He had an elite offense. And I'll credit, he did what he did with it. But it's the same thing. Now we see what happened when they've gone, and they're terrible. It's the exact same thing as Gene Chizik at Auburn. I will preach that to the day I die. I knew this was going to happen. And yeah, as much as cool as the guy Coach O is, I'm surprised he kind of lost it this early in the year, but I think it was coming, and he had some off the field issues as well that a lot of people said that went into that.
But then you look at Dan Mullen at not Notre Dame, Florida, and you just think about it. How many big games has Florida won since he's been there?
They won against Georgia last year, and that's really it. And they beat Auburn, I think, when he was a freshman. But the thing with Dan Mullen is this whole comment about the recruiting, I think, really just kind of hurt. Like, not recruiting during the season is what really killed him.
I heard about that. Yeah, he doesn't recruit during the season. You're like,
yeah, that's what it made it sound like, and that's just such a turnoff for me.
I mean, there's ways that coaches can be frosty to fan bases, and that's one way right there. Saying, "Oh, I'm not going to care about recruiting at all during the season and stuff." That's the most important, because you got to win, and then you got to explain, hey, I know we're struggling right now, but this is what we can do if you came in and helped us out.
But then you look at also like the stuff that he did with the Darth Vader mask, like I think last year, like coming in and stuff like that type of stuff. Like, it's overboard. And he did that after a loss.
I don't remember that.
They had just lost a game, and that week at a press conference, it was like Halloween weekend, and he came to the press conference.
Darth Vader mask.
Yes. And Florida fans were like, bro, you just lost the game. And you're coming to the press conference like nothing happened. And then it's like, I don't know if you guys heard his comments on SportsCenter after they beat Stanford. And he said, this wasn't the Florida football team that showed up today. This isn't my team.
Okay, then whose team is it? It ain't going to be your team much longer with the way your defense is playing, bud. You're right. It ain't your team. I'll give you 100%. I'll actually agree 100% with that. It ain't your team because you're going to be gone. You're going to be gone. Bye-bye. 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 And Georgia fans are probably so sad right now because, man, now he's just going to get to bully Florida for the next 3 years. But I don't know. We'll see. If he survives the season, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Coster, stunners and bummers.
Okay, so Stunner, this one's probably one y'all weren't going to think, but this was just a thing impressive to me. I'm going to go with James Cook from Georgia, the running back. 10 carries, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaged 10.4 yards per carry. Also had 43 receiving yards and a touchdown as well on 3 receptions. I think he was just the big part of that offense, and this whole thing also with Ryan saying Georgia has no offense. All right. Can we be done with that, Ryan? Please. Like, I don't know how many times you need them to score. Like
hold on. Speaking of that, Andrew, I'm gonna look at the camera and I'm gonna apologize to everyone. I was wrong about Georgia. Georgia has an offense, and they're the best team in college football. It's not
Ryan
close,
is learning,
and they are going to win the national championship and blow everyone out.
I'm so proud of you, Ryan. I'm so proud of you. This is a big growing moment.
They beat Tennessee, who was the best offense they played, and they held them to 10 points. Congratulations, Georgia. You've won me over. I was wrong. I will eat my words, and I'll shut up about you the rest of the year.
That made my day. That made my day.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Go Dogs and win the national championship.
Man, I'll tell you what, if Georgia doesn't win this year, I told my friend Parker, his dad, the game this weekend, if Georgia don't win this year, they ain't ever winning it. This is their best opportunity. But then
how many total points have they given up? Has the defense given up 36, 40?
Something ridiculous. Pitched 2 shutouts, by the way. This is the most points, by the way, they've given up in a year, and 7 of those points came in garbage time.
Oh, they did. They gave up 17. How many points did they give up this
week?
It was 17, but one of it was really at the end. I don't know how many at the end. But by the way, my bummer for this week is Caleb Williams. 9-18, 142 yards, 2 picks. I don't remember if he fumbled the ball or not as once. Well, he did lose it. Thankfully, he still got it back. But just, man, that offense for Oklahoma this week looked like doo-doo. Man.
Well, they scored 13. I think it's one of the lowest scoring games under Lincoln Riley, I think. Probably.
Was this an actual Big 12 game? Are we talking about the Big 12? Defense?
It was 27-13.
Baylor has played some defense this year,
I will say. That is not a Big 12 score. That's like an SEC score right
there. I thought defense in the Big 12 was frowned upon.
I will say.
Obviously,
Oklahoma State has actually played some good defense this year in the Big 12. I will give them that.
They have.
That and Baylor at times, and Iowa State at times. Minus them losing on a 62-yard field goal this weekend.
Dude, that was clutch.
Did you guys hear that call?
The crazy thing is that kick was easily caught a good 4 or 5 yards behind the crossbar. So that field goal probably would have been good past beyond Justin Tucker.
Is this kid the new Justin Tucker though? That's the real question.
It definitely had the distance. It definitely had the distance to maybe go 65.
No, it was good. No, it was impressive. I was very impressed by that. That kick was very good.
Okay. And so I'll go to me. My starter was Jalen Daniels, quarterback for Kansas. In terms of numbers, he's probably has the most moderate numbers of any player any of us have listed on our stunners. 21 of 30, 202 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. So passing he didn't light it. I mean, that's good. He didn't light it up passing wise, but he was efficient. But it's mainly just because he was very poised at the end of the game and was able to give Kansas the win on that 2-point conversion. I liked Kansas being ballsy about it and going for it through there. Because I don't know if they would have been able to maybe score again in the second OT because they would have gotten the ball first. So I like that. And then my bummer, I have 2. Even though despite what my name said, Justin Fuente, but mainly because of the photo that came out that Lucas shared of all of his Virginia Tech gear that he just dropped off in the locker room, and he wrote notes saying, take anything you want. And I'm just like, damn, that makes me sad because I'm like, I would hope you would have kept some of the stuff from your time at Virginia Tech because that's still a part of your career. You know what I mean?
Probably did keep some.
Probably kept some of the stuff, but at the same time, that was one of the big things was he never the fan base never really got to really like him because he was so frosty. He never really interacted with the fan base.
That's not good.
He rarely. I only remember him doing.
For the record, here is that picture.
Yep, I remember him only doing like one, maybe two live practices. I remember going to one and I got a picture with him and a few of the players I knew from classes. Mm-hmm. So, but like he didn't do a lot of open practices and stuff during spring training or during the spring. And there were just times he never seemed like he accepted responsibility for some of the stuff that was going on. And then apparently it came out today that Cornelson also said that he would get mad at the quarterback when he wouldn't throw to the intended target on plays, even if that target was covered. So whenever the quarterback did anything that wasn't part of the initial play, Cornelson would yell at the quarterback on the sidelines.
That makes me wonder, like, what did Fuente do different when he was at Memphis that worked? Like, how did it not translate from when he left Memphis? Because I think people forget when Fuente was at Memphis, they had one of the best offenses in college football.
I think they did. I think it was just like partially expectations because Memphis didn't have the long standing. I'm not gonna say tradition, but they didn't really have a known. They weren't known for winning at football, so the fact he was able to turn them around and make them relevant was a surprise to people.
Yeah.
But the fact that but now that they called him a quarterback whisperer when all he ever did was make Andy Dalton look good and then Paxton Lynch look good, and then you see what's happened with the quarterbacks. He had 6 quarterbacks start for him over his 6 years. None of them ever had more than 7 starts.
What about Brady White?
No, I'm talking about Virginia Tech.
Oh, okay.
Actually, besides Gerard Evans, besides Gerard Evans, no quarterback after Gerard Evans had more than 7 starts.
And Gerard fumbled the bag by leaving a year early.
Oh no, yeah, he should not have gone. I think if he had stayed 2017, I think VT could have been really good.
I think they would have too. Which
is crazy because I think we still went. Where did we go? I think we went 9-4 9-3 or something that year anyway or something. So we weren't that bad either.
It's just so weird because like when I honestly, I don't know about you guys, when I heard that VT was hiring Fuente, I thought it was just like a home run hire. Like
exactly, honestly. Everyone said it was a home run hire, and I was like, oh sweet, that was the guy everyone wanted VT to get. And now I think it's just he got lucky.
You played yourself.
He was able to use the players Beamer had. He was able to bring in a good offense and it got really lucky with the transfer of Evans coming in. It didn't work out. I think the moment it changed was someone said at halftime we were playing Arkansas in the Belk Bowl. Virginia Tech was down 24-0. This was in 2016. So the year that we had Evans. Virginia Tech's down 24-0, and they had a very high profile quarterback prospect decommit at halftime. Who do you think that was?
No idea.
Malik Willis. We would have had Malik Willis. Right. And then he switched and went to Auburn. And then he, went to Liberty when it didn't work out. But apparently Virginia Tech kept trying to get him when he left Auburn as well. But I think if we had been Notre Dame, I think Fuente would still be here.
Yeah.
If he hadn't lost that game, and I think Syracuse is that loss the next week after that when they were up by 9 and they lost again. I think that just secured it pretty much. There was nothing else I think he could do at that point. So yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I will say it's not like he hasn't brought in talent. I mean, Trey Turner, what?
Yeah, but the problem is he never could hit on the quarterback. That's the biggest problem. Like Turner, if he had a consistent quarterback, or if he got to play with Gerard Evans when he was there, I think Turner would have been awesome. Even better.
Was Khalil Herbert a senior when he left last year and for the draft?
Yeah, he was
also a transfer, remember?
Yeah,
Was
he
he?
transferred, but he transferred
from Kansas.
Transferred from Kansas.
Okay.
So we took Kansas and he made him really good.
I mean, if
One
you
man's
think about it,
trash
like
is another man's treasure.
look at this team though. If honestly, if you had Trey Turner and Khalil Herbert, and if you had Hendon Hooker on this team, I think this team is way different this year. I mean, if by chance Herbert would come back.
That's who we had last year. That was last year. But
I know, but wasn't Hendon Hooker like on and off injured?
Yes,
like
he was.
That's why I'm saying like
if we had this year's Hooker, I think things would have been different because our defense was a lot better this year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think they're going to make a hire. They're going to try and make a hire probably sometime between now and probably before, if they make a bowl game, or at least try and do it before the early signing period. I think they're going to try and do it sometime between now and early to mid-December. Names to look out for. I've been seeing a lot of Dave Clawson from Wake. I don't know how I feel about that.
Would he actually leave Wake though? That's the thing.
Well, I think he can get a lot more. Wake is
a lot more money.
He can get a lot more money, and Wake and Virginia Tech has a much more passionate fan base for football. Wake's been so bad.
Wake literally plays in a high school stadium, bro.
Yeah, Wake.
I know, but we've seen in past years, so we've seen in past years these smaller coaches that come from smaller schools turn down jobs from bigger schools.
Oh yeah, like Matt Campbell.
Like based off of expectations or
I think
football.
I think that regardless of who comes to Virginia Tech, I think Virginia Tech fans need to realize that you just need to go through a rebuild. And it ain't just going to be like, oh, here you go, just everything, just plug and play. Yeah. I think they just need to.
Well, it's also
yeah, and I think they're starting to slowly get it together at FSU.
Yeah, but Virginia Tech has also started to realize they need to put more money. They need to make more money available to pay assistants, because that was a big problem with Fuente. He had so many assistants come through, like he had an assistant. He like an assistant head coach or an associate head coach that they had to let go because he had an extramarital affair that was embarrassing to the school, so they had to get rid of him. And he probably, if Fuente was still here and that guy was still here, he probably would have fired Fuente and have that guy immediately take over. His name was Jalen Scott. Like they had Jerry Kill, who, former Minnesota head coach, who was here as like an assistant, or like an advisor to the head coach, who left after a year or two. So he just had a bunch of assistants that left, and other than the coordinators, they had so much turnover that was crazy. So I don't know. We've been talking for a long time, but my actual real bummer is just is no Knicks, just being out, just what happened, and then also being out for the rest of the season with his ankle injury. I think that was my real bummer, but it turned into a diatribe of talking about Justin Fuente. So I think what we can finally now do is move on to our next segment.
Well, don't we go and put in Lucas's as well? I was trying to find it in our chat and cannot find it.
I don't think he gave his stunner.
No, he did.
He did?
He did. I remember his stunner was Mississippi State's quarterback, but I can't remember who his bummer was.
Oh, Will Rogers from
Will Rogers.
Oh, he said it a long time ago. I don't know. Oh God, that's so.
I think it was Saturday night when he did it. Honestly.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I'm not going back that far.
Yeah,
we have too much. We've talked too much in that chat.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I think we can just move on.
Yeah. Sorry, Lucas.
Lucas isn't here, so he has no relevance here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go next to our meme team.
I found it. So his stunner is Will Rogers. His bummer is Zach Calzada, quarterback Texas A&M.
Okay, that makes sense.
So both from the same game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's lazy writing.
Not from the same game. Not from the same game.
From the same conference.
Yes, from the same conference. Yes, they wanted.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking Mississippi State's playing. I got that.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Well, Will Rogers is Mississippi State's quarterback, right?
No, I'm saying I thought I had that.
Oh, you got him mixed up with Matt Corral.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can finally move on to meme team of the week. This is for the teams that we think will have eternal memes made for them for the next week or so, or in terms of Texas for the rest of all time.
Oh, Texas is never getting old of that.
Oh God, dude. Even if they win a championship, I think somehow it'll still happen the year after that when they suffer their first loss after they win.
Yeah.
See, you know what? The worst part of that meme that Andrew plays with every time we talk about Texas is that Notre Dame's in it. That is the worst part. That was the game. You know what? Notre Dame fans, every time we see that clip of like Texas is back, folks.
Or it's like, oh, damn it, that was us.
You just die inside a little bit, don't you?
Deshaun Kaiser just walking out the field and disappointment. And it's just like people on Notre Dame will go, can we please like edit and crop Notre Dame out of this meme? Just so people don't know.
Was that 2015?
2016.
Oh, 2016.
Notre Dame, I think, had 7 losses, but I can buy
we went 4-8 that year.
But you lost a lot of close
Virginia
games.
Tech beat you guys at Notre Dame. I remember that, and we were down
by we were god awful that year.
That was.
We lost a lot of close games. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Did you also lose to Navy that year?
Yeah, we lost to Navy.
Oh, that wasn't that the game where Notre Dame had 7 possessions the entire game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Navy literally had the ball so much. Notre Dame only had it 7
Which
times.
is weird because we had Kaiser, and Kaiser was coming off of the year that he almost beat Clemson. So it was just like we were so hyped going into that year. And it was a lot of Brian Van Gorder, but I mean, we had such high expectations for that team. Makes me sad.
I will go first, actually.
Yours. Oh, you're gonna. I have mine already set up.
Okay, fine. Costa, you can go first. And then I just wanted to go out of order, but Costa, you can go first. So Costa,
Texas A&M, bro.
Dude, I love this movie. I watched this back when I did play football, when Netflix was still just the discs, and it came in the red. Sleeve. We ordered this Longest Yard. And every day before football practice during the summer, I would watch this movie to get myself ready for the game, to get ready for practice. I don't know why, but I just love this movie.
But anyway, so yeah, A&M, you are in a prime position if Alabama makes one more mistake to go to Atlanta and play at Georgia in the SEC championship game. And as Adam Sandler, who, by the way, is in this meme right here, would say,
"You blew it.
You blew it. You blew it. You blew it. Shame, shame, shame." I'm very disappointed in that.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, shame. It was a big shame, but yeah, Texas A&M is my meme team of the week.
Wait, doesn't Auburn
still have a chance?
By the way,
who's up next? Next up is actually Ryan's.
Okay, Ryan.
Quick question: does Auburn still have a chance to win the SEC title?
No.
Okay.
It's 4 losses.
I thought they had 3.
3 conference losses.
Two of their losses is in
I just
conference.
see one shining moment.
They have 3 losses, but one is to Penn State.
No, they have 4 losses, but
they have 4.
3 conference losses. But yeah, I mean, I guess anything is possible. Everyone would have to fumble the bag.
But they would need Alabama to lose and then beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ryan, here is your meme.
I just see the one shining moment there at the bottom. I immediately think of the song from March Madness. One shining moment.
It's all on the line. Yes, I love that one.
Shining moment.
You know what? What's funny about this meme is literally every Texas fan when they had that lead against Oklahoma. And then it was like somebody just spammed this meme for the rest of the season for Texas.
And then of course, Andrew there got mad at Lucas for saying that Texas didn't the lead, even though now we're all rolling in Texas.
At this point, I honestly can't even be mad anymore. It was too good. It was
but you were mad then, and for 2 weeks after that, you kept saying you were going to cough his balls or something. That he was going to blow the lead.
Yeah, well, I did say that, and now I whatever. It's too funny at this point now because now I just get an excuse to just play this every week.
It's just funny because
At this point, it's a reflex. You're just waiting for Texas to be up, and you're just gonna hit the button immediately to play that.
Yeah, I literally said it. No, I said in our chat. I'm like, oh, good, I get to play this again. Okay.
No, I should just start saying Texas lost just in like basketball every week that they lose, and just be like, you just start playing that in the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it is hilarious because I brought this up last week, and we all kind of laughed because I said Texas has lost 4 games in a row when they've had a lead at half. So I was like, you know what? There's no way. Like I said this last week, there's no way Texas is going to blow a halftime lead against Kansas, right? It's Kansas. And we all kind of laughed, and I said, but it would be such a Longhorn thing to do to lose to Kansas.
And then you know, I think Texas was an interception. You almost jinxed it by saying Kansas as being Texas at Texas. For
yeah.
And then Kansas can't get a first down, and Texas immediately goes and scores a touchdown to tie it. And you're just like, oh, well, nope, Kansas just choked. And I'm just like, oh, dang it, Ryan, you just ruined all of our fun.
But no,
I thought you had ruined it for all of us.
It's just hilarious because, like, I love reveling and when see Longhorn fans just suffer.
Yeah, and the best part is we get to keep seeing Notre Dame lose to Texas.
Yes, we do. Actually,
play it.
Oh, you said play it again. Oh, did someone say play it again?
Did someone say Texas lost?
Did someone say what? Someone say
Texas is back, folks.
Not this time. You're wrong.
We're back.
No, we got you.
When Texas wins tonight
No way.
against the mighty SEC,
No way.
Texas is back.
This one was invented by a writer.
What year is that clip from where he says we're back? What year was that?
that was 2018, 19
is that
when they beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Oh yeah.
We're back.
Hey, you know
Yeah,
what?
what's the record since then? Like what, 10-12?
Abysmal.
It's just hilarious because, like, one last thing about that part. The worst part is not even that we lost to Texas and we had the announcer say Texas is back, but the fact that we made Tyrone Swoops look like a god that game.
Oh, that's the quarterback.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Shane Buechele got benched.
Dancing for the win. Texas is back, folks.
Best thing is Maryland is now 2-0 against Texas all time since that game.
Yes. Thank you, Tom Herman. But I guess, Connor, it's your turn. Do we want to play Lucas's meme first or your meme?
We can do Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was mine.
Oh, okay, I got him backwards then. Okay, well then we're doing yours then.
Your mom's not happy about you playing that, Coster. She's not happy about you playing that so much. Is she a Texas fan or something?
No. Hey, okay. She should be glad I don't make Georgia Tech my meme team of the week.
Yeah.
Because I know they are buns.
So my meme team is Oklahoma. They finally lost. And clearly they're afraid. They're afraid of the college football playoff. I mean, at this point, if they ever actually make it, the expectation is they're going to lose by 35. Doesn't matter who. I wouldn't be surprised if Notre Dame actually somehow did that to Oklahoma if they made it.
If Notre Dame and Oklahoma played in a playoff with their best playoff teams they've had, Notre Dame would win.
It ended a tie.
Yeah.
No, because Notre Dame's defense was at least good enough to slow down teams. Oklahoma has never had a defense at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So mine's Oklahoma. They finally lose. And what's Lucas's?
He did the crying Braun meme. I hate him.
Wait, I know that's is the one on the far far right. Is that LeBron after he won his championship in Cleveland?
No, I don't know. But I see a goat and I see two bums in this picture. I see a goat and I see two bums, and the goat is on the left.
No, the goat is No Knicks, number 10.
No, I was going more with Jordan, but okay, that too.
I mean, Jordan and Bo Nix together, that's the ultimate GOAT right there.
Yeah.
Jordan Nix for Heisman. If
Jordan Nix for Heisman.
Hey, what a name.
Dude, if we can find any player named Jordan Nix, they immediately their team should immediately be our
They're becoming our new team. Sorry,
our new team next year.
They're not. Yeah, I'm sorry. Presbyterian is also not going to be our team next year.
We apologize to Presbyterian for ruining your season.
No, we didn't tell them to keep going for it on 4th down and not kicking.
They're on an 8-game losing streak since we started following them.
Make it 9 this week, but yeah.
9.
Also, I'm going to say this again. This is an honorary meme, but the difference is here: the fire has been put out. The fire has.
By
been
the way, I'm not even joking.
What happened? Well, what? I just realized that's Whit Babcock in the bottom left. I don't know why he's there. But,
real quick, there was 2 Jordan Nickses that have played college football. There was one that played defensive tackle at North Carolina, and another defensive lineman that played for Texas A&M last year.
Oh, is he not there anymore?
No, he graduated last year. And then the Jordan Nicks that played for Texas A&M now is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad.
Dang it, I do not want to have to root for the Bucs. I'm not rooting for the Bucs.
I'm not rooting for the Bucs. Nah.
Okay.
Lucas said, by the way, he sent his pick-ups, which, by the way, it's about time for
he sent them to me. I got him.
Okay. So
I got him. I have them running down here. Okay.
By the way, before we get to the pickups, can we talk about one thing really quick? Just the comments that Lincoln Riley made about not like Baylor kicking that field goal. Like
I don't even know what he's referring to. I didn't see it. Did they kick a field goal at the end of the game?
They kicked a field goal with 3 seconds left. It was 24-14.
And
somebody went back and looked at I think it was Kirk Herbstreit. He went back and looked at how many times Oklahoma, when they've been up 20 plus points, has scored in the final minute against teams to run up the score. Yeah. They've done it at least 10 out of 12 games the past 6 years where they've been up by 20 plus and ran up the score. So if Lincoln Riley really wants to complain about a field goal, we can make him the official Big 12 Code of Sportsmanship director.
Yeah, sure.
It's just like what game was that? There was a game the Ravens played a few years
The Broncos?
No, it wasn't that.
No.
It was a few years ago. I don't know if it was the Dolphins or not, where the Ravens – no, it might have been the Bengals. The Ravens had a shutout. It was like 27-0, and then the Bengals kick a field goal just to remain to keep themselves from being shut out. And John Harbaugh was not happy about it. That's a little different that's a little different. It's different because, you're doing it to remain not being shut out. Whereas, Baylor was just doing it just to try and run up the score, which they could have done if they hadn't turned the ball.
Well, even last year when Oklahoma played Baylor, Oklahoma was up 66-33 on Baylor last year and scored with 1 minute and 4 seconds left and threw the ball the entire drive.
That would bother me if I was a coach, honestly. Okay, we're gonna move on now to our regret pick of the week.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
This is our regret, either our pick or our hot take that we said last week that we regret putting out into the world. I'm just gonna say right now, mine was expecting Auburn to not falcon it up. I picked Auburn to win, and I was looking really good when I checked the scores. I go to sleep and I see Mississippi State has come back from a Falcons and pulled a Patriots out of it. But
wait, Connor, you actually expected Bo Nix to not know Nix?
Well, I mean, he had it. I mean, it was at home. It seemed like he only would do that on the road. So, if I had gotten that right, I would be tied right now with Coster. and also not picking Louisville. Because it was when they were.
Yeah, thank God Louisville is the reason I am ahead right now.
Yeah, it's those 2 games.
Yeah, but there's so many. I had a terrible week. So my regret pick of the week, I had to go back through and just think about it, like which one I was gonna do, and that's gonna be thinking NC State could get it done, man. Man, I lied. I'm going to go with Minnesota. Minnesota is the one that mainly let me down. So I'm just very upset about just kind of disappointed in Minnesota. It looks like they were getting it together. The last 2 weeks, they have just fallen apart. As well. Minnesota has fallen apart, and it's very disappointing. So that is definitely my regret of the week.
Yeah, my regret of the week. I talked about it earlier. Tennessee. I was the only one that had the balls to take Tennessee over Georgia. I drank Lucas. I drank Lucas's Kool-Aid too much about Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the hooker too much.
Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Diamond ring and everything. You meant to propose to her, and you ended up getting down on one knee and dropping it into a spear drink.
So yeah,
you played yourself.
Hendon Hooker really let me down. I will say it wasn't all his fault though. He had no protection that entire game. But yeah, Georgia.
Well, when you're playing against a good defense like Georgia, I mean, that's kind of what's going to happen sometimes. You know, like that is just
after their first drive too. I was like, man, Tennessee, that pick is a great pick right now. And then it just
like 7-0.
Yeah.
Really scored.
Well, because they made the first drive look so easy. And I'm like, if this is
like, no, we got to give them a chance. We got to give them some semblance of hope. Make the bettors think that they got it right.
It was the first time Georgia had ever trailed. I mean, if you want to give them that cookie.
No, I believe they trailed the week before against Missouri. Yes, they did. They trailed.
Well, they said it was the first time they ever trailed, and it was 7-0, and they said it only lasted 2 minutes.
Well, I think that's the most they trailed by all season. But no, I remember they trailed. No, because they trailed to Missouri the week before. I remember.
Oh yeah, 3-0, and I was like, oh my god, they better not lose to Missouri.
Yeah, but no, thankfully they did not. We are okay with that, but yeah, we're good with that. And also, I'm going to go ahead and, by the way, show the score update.
My name is 1N, by the way.
I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry, Connor.
I know it's very uncommon. The only other person I've ever met who has my first name, spells my first name the same way, is a girl from Ireland. She was born
my gosh. It's funny because my brother's name is Philip, but he only spells Philip with 1 L.
Oh, that would get me too.
Yeah.
That would make me mad.
I think that's how, isn't that how Prince Philip is? Isn't that how he spells it with 1 L?
No idea.
Don't care. Okay, let's get on to the pick'ems.
All right, let's get on to it.
So, Air Force at Nevada.
Oh man, this was a tough one for me because both teams have looked really good at times this year, but there's a couple of times where they just looked like hot doo-doo. And
Nevada lost last week, right? Who did they play?
Nevada lost last week, I believe, to San Diego State by 2.
Oh, yeah, San Diego State. Boom.
By 2.
Boom.
But yeah, I kept going back and forth on this game. I'm gonna go with Nevada with it being at Nevada. That's the only reason. I'm gonna take the Wolfpack here.
Yeah, give me the Wolfpack. Carson Strong.
Lucas is taking Nevada. I'm gonna do it not so fast. I'm gonna take Air Force. Gonna roll with the military academy. So yeah.
Coming off of 2 straight losses.
Oh, they are?
No, they won last week.
They won last week.
Wait, they were? I thought they were 7-1 when they played San Diego State.
Yeah, and then they lost to Army, but they won last weekend again. No, they were 6-1. They won last weekend against Colorado State.
Oh, okay.
Oh, geez. I was wondering where that was. You just have it all the way down here at the bottom. I was so confused. You skipped the UCLA, but that's at the bottom or a little bit further down.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I don't know.
Auburn at South Carolina. I'm going to go Auburn. TJ Finley is going to do it. South Carolina, I'm sorry. They're not going to make a bowl game.
Are you just doing it out of spite because you hate South Carolina as a Clemson
No,
fan?
I think TJ Finley's good. We've seen him play this year, and he looked good against Georgia State when he led them to come back. So, yeah, he's made some good plays. I genuinely think that he's going to be good, and Auburn's going to be fine. So, and South Carolina is just not good. They look good against Florida, but that's not saying much now. Florida's probably not even going to make a bowl game. So I'm going to go with the Auburn Tigers or Eagle.
Yeah, give me Bo Nix for Heisman, even though he's not playing.
Shane Beamer has already said he's not going to leave South Carolina to coach at Virginia Tech.
Good.
So just for that, out of spite, I'm going to take Auburn.
Good.
Even though I wouldn't actually want him.
Who did Lucas have for this?
Oh, he has Auburn. So it's a clean sweep of Auburn. Right away, I'll tell you, Lucas says Wyoming. Calling an upset.
Fun fact: he's 0-2 every time.
No, he's gone a little. He's being a little bold with some of these.
Well, to be fair, I will say Utah is only a 5-point favorite. Utah State's only a 5-point favorite.
I'm still taking Utah State. Go Aggies.
I agree too. I am taking Utah State. I feel like they crushed San Jose State.
They're the best team named the Aggies.
They have the best. Yeah, they are. Go Aggies. I'm going with the Utah State Aggies.
Yeah, fun fact: Lucas is 0-2 when picking Wyoming.
I did not know that. Ryan, how do you know these things?
Because he's been the one keeping track of all of our pickups.
Yeah,
he's keeping track of the scores.
So Lucas is 0-2 when taking Wyoming in the Fighting Josh Allens. So for that reason,
you're taking the Fighting Jordan Loves.
For that reason, also the fact that Wyoming is 1-5 since we had them on the show when they were 4-0. I'm going with the Fighting Jordan Loves in this game.
Ooh,
Jordan Love better
I didn't
than
know
Josh
they were
Allen.
1-5 since that game.
I forgot about that actually. By the way, I was gonna say who is my there's someone else in here that I was gonna say who's a fighting something, but now I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. It was there was a running back they had when Jordan Love was there. It was this is the best they've been, by the way, since Jordan Love was there. Just want to point that out.
Wasn't that only like 2 years ago?
Yeah. No, it is. But they had some good players. They had my guy DJ Williams there. They had a really good running back. He's on the Chiefs now. I can't remember his name. But Jordan Love, of course, was
Darnell
there.
Williams or Damian Williams?
No. That's not Damian Williams. It's somebody else. And I can't remember for the life of me who it was. It was or maybe they released him actually. By the way, did you guys know that Chad Henne is
he's the backup for the Chiefs?
Yeah, I did not know that until I just looked it up. And Shane Buechele is also a quarterback there. Well,
what?
I guess.
Wait, for the Chiefs? Is he on the practice squad?
No, he's a backup.
Shane Buechele. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Wow. That's what I said. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that.
So Lucas is the only one taking Wyoming.
Yeah, he is the only one taking Wyoming.
He'll be 0-3, and this will be his regret pick.
Lucas is taking FSU.
I am going to take Boston College. I think they are going to win out in the regular season now they've got Phil Dragovic back.
They have him back.
He was back against Virginia Tech.
Yep. Oh. And he scored 2 touchdowns against Virginia Tech.
So I'm taking Boston College as well, since they have Dragovic back. If they didn't have him back, I wouldn't take him, but I'm taking them because of that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Boston College, the Fighting Matt Ryans.
Yeah, Matty Ice.
You do not even.
Touchdown! It's calendar, and Lane Stadium goes silent.
Dude, if Virginia Tech had won that, I think they would have been in the championship. Either them or imagine if it was West Virginia and Virginia Tech in 2007.
Wow.
If Boston College if Virginia Tech beats Boston College and West Virginia beats Pitt, that could have been the championship because those were like 1-2 or 2-1 or 2-3 at that point. And then LSU loses again in triple overtime like that same week, I think.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, also that same year, Boston College upset Notre Dame when they were ranked number 5.
Yeah, but then Virginia
Tech. But Notre Dame that year ended up being terrible.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they were a preseason top 10 team. I'm saying.
I know. And then I remember that first game they played Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech beat the living crap out of them.
Yeah, Virginia Tech destroyed Boston College in the ACC championship game. It was like 30-7, I think, in the rematch.
Back when they were having it in Tampa, which was a terrible place for that game, by the way. But yeah, they had it first.
I thought it used to be in Orlando. Oh, no, they did that.
No, they had 1 year. But they first started off in Jacksonville, then they moved it to Tampa, and then they had
Orlando. That's the one I went to in 2016. I went to that game against Clemson. I went to that. Okay, so yet again, he's the only the last 3 times, or he's the only one taking.
There's gonna be either a hero or a villain for this one. Florida at Missouri.
Lucas is taking Missouri.
I'm also going to take Missouri. Missouri had a good win last week against South Carolina, who South Carolina killed Florida. Florida's just – they're a train wreck right now.
Their defense is terrible.
So their defense is – yeah, exactly. I'm going with the Tigers here.
Plus, my cousin went to Missouri, so I'm kind of doing that for him too.
Okay.
Oh, God. I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling Florida could somehow win this game. I don't know if you
wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
And I'm pretty sure this is a morning game. And I don't know if you guys have watched Missouri in the morning when it's at Missouri, but their crowds are like, if you think Wake Forest's crowd is bad, they have like nobody at the game. You could probably hear a rock being thrown on the stadium.
Is it worse than Jamaica's stadium when they were playing the United States last night?
Honestly, I think it may be worse than that. I'm not even.
Did you see? I mean, you probably were watching. Like there was nobody in the stands.
Jamaica is basically out of the World Cup qualifiers.
Is completely empty in that game.
Well, Jamaica's pretty much also done it out of it, so I think that's why they weren't really there.
Yeah, true. But, at least we got a point out of it. But
yeah, but Canada. First place in CONCACAF.
Because they got 2. So now U.S. is 2 because they couldn't get the win, and Canada just beat Mexico again.
Vamos!
Did you see the Canadian player that dove into a snow drift?
That was hilarious. Never thought when I see a World Cup qualifier.
And then you just see this one dude just do like a dolphin dive sideways into a snow drift.
By the way, R.I.P. Young Dolph.
I don't know who that is.
The rapper today.
I've never heard of him.
He was murdered. He was murdered today in Memphis. Very sad.
Yeah.
But I'll take the gun. Go Missouri. Go Tigers. I almost went to.
I find it hilarious how Ryan was totally lost when we were talking about soccer just now.
Yeah, I don't watch soccer unless it's like the World Cup.
I've been getting into soccer outside the World Cup in recent years.
I just hate soccer so much. Like lacrosse is my soccer. Like a lot of people don't talk about lacrosse.
I do too. I actually do. I have a state championship in lacrosse. Funny enough. So
nice.
Yeah,
my high school is like one of the best in this.
Clemson needs to get a dang freaking lacrosse team.
We are working on it. All right, they're one of the better club teams right now. I was actually played on that team. They have a club
Virginia
team
Tech's
as well.
working on it too.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Virginia. A lot of the teams that would be in the ACC are actually really good, like Clemson, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech.
You want to know something crazy? Mm-hmm. Johns Hopkins is in the Big Ten for lacrosse.
I forgot about that.
That's how good they are. They joined in like 2012, 2013. They were so good in lacrosse that they are an associate member just for that sport.
You're forgetting that Albany is also in the Big Ten.
I did forget about that.
Really?
Yeah.
In lacrosse?
Yes. They're good though. Wow. They had those 2 Native American brothers. I forgot their names.
I'm just glad that you get to see Maryland, Johns Hopkins play against each other as members of the Big Ten in lacrosse, because that's a rivalry right there.
Yeah.
Those games are crazy.
I'm just glad Notre Dame's in another sport where they dominate in the regular season and then choke in either the Final Four or the championship.
Well, lacrosse.
Yes, they've made the Final Four. I'm not even joking. They've made the Final Four 6 out of the last 7 years.
And they haven't even made the championship game.
I'll never forget the first time they made it and to the final. And it was my first year actually playing lacrosse. They played Duke. And Duke ended up winning their in overtime off the face-off and won their first national championship in school history.
Yeah, Duke has beaten Notre Dame 5 of the 6 times Notre Dame has made the Final Four. Notre Dame is 0-5 against Duke in the Final Four.
Wow,
that's really bad.
Crazy.
But anyway, moving on from that, Louisiana at Liberty. But by the way, Liberty's another good club school. We played them one time.
Lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a good game.
It is.
It's a really good game, honestly.
I'm surprised Louisiana's not ranked, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would have taken them maybe even over Houston. That's just maybe my 2 cents on it, though.
Okay, who are you guys taking? Lucas is taking Liberty.
He's taking Liberty. I think
I like it.
I like it, and I think I might do the same. I'm deciding here real quick because I'm going to look at the point spread just to be sure.
That has no relevance to me.
It does to me. It does to me because it makes me think a little harder. It's at Liberty. I'm going to go Liberty.
What's the point spread?
Liberty's a 4.5 point favorite. And also, I believe Liberty is undefeated at home this year.
Oh, they are?
Yep.
Oh, so
Liberty, just because we had Coach Hugh Freeze, I'm taking Liberty.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just taking it because of that.
Yeah, that too. Go Coach. Go Coach Freeze. I hope you've watched this at all. Probably not. He's probably got better things to do, but still.
Yeah.
So Liberty.
We got a lot of people watching last week. I think we got to like 20 people at one point.
Yeah, 21, I think. But Liberty's coming off a bye week after that tough loss to Ole Miss. I think they bounce back. So give me the Fighting Malik Willises, and I pray to God he's there when the Broncos can draft him.
Dude, Ryan, don't draft a quarterback this year, please.
No. Anything's better than Teddy Bridgewater. I know Malik Willis will go actually tackle a guy on an 87-yard fumble return for a touchdown.
You know what they call Bridgewater? He's Teddy Bridge quarterback.
Yep, he is Teddy Bridge quarterback. But
we're all taking Liberty. I like it. I'm surprised none of us took Louisiana. I was tempted to take Louisiana.
Buckers at Penn State. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm taking Penn State.
Lucas,
give me the Nittany Lions.
Clean sweep. We're all taking Penn State.
All right, we don't even talk about that one. It's a Friday game. Memphis at number 24, Houston. Remember, Memphis beat SMU a few weeks ago.
Lucas is taking Houston, and so will I.
And I'm also going to take Houston.
This is such a sneaky game. I could honestly see Memphis somehow pulling this off.
At this point, I'm just wanting any way to try and get Cincy in there. I just want to see.
Yeah.
Give me the Fighting Case Keenums.
Nice.
Screw you, Case Keenum.
Okay.
You had him.
The Battle of the Victory Bell. UCLA at USC.
Oh my God. UCLA. And Lucas is also taking them as well.
I'm also going to take UCLA. USC is just this ain't it for y'all this year. It's
Oh God. Yeah. Give me the best team in California. Give me UCLA.
Yep. That's saying something when they're 6-4. All right. UAB at UTSA, number 22 UTSA.
They're actually 10-0, Costner.
Right? Oh, they are.
Yes.
How many times I got to tell you I'm not related to Kevin Costner? How many times, Ryan?
I get the team messed up.
Okay, you're not the first one.
So UAB won last week. Cam was the only one to pick them, though. Lucas is taking UAB, though.
You know, I'm still on the fence about this one. I'm still deciding.
I'm taking the Roadrunners. Me.
Give me the Blazers. As our good buddy Cameron Harrell for the Southern Miss Golden Eagles would say, I played against them. I know what those guys are all about. Give me the Blazers.
Just so Connor can't catch me in the pick'ems with this one, I have to go UTSA.
You took UTSA. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to keep that lead up.
We haven't picked against each other, have we yet?
I don't think so. And
I'm behind by one. What do Ryan and Lucas have?
I'm behind Lucas by 3.
Lucas is at 111, so he's got a way to catch up still.
Okay. So
by the way,
so you and I can mess. So you and I can afford to miss a few.
Yes, we can.
Ahead of them.
But by the way, surprise! Texas. Good old Texas. We can't stop talking about them at West Virginia. For the record, West Virginia is a 3-point favorite, and it's at West Virginia.
I would not take those points. I would not. Oh my God. Luke. Oh, we have to have Luke.
We'll get his opinion later.
Texas is on a 6-game losing streak. Meanwhile, West Virginia has played okay, bad to okay, or in the past couple of weeks since then. Oh my God, I don't even know who to pick. Who are you guys taking?
I am gonna go Texas. They finally break it, only because West Virginia has just looked so bad in the last few weeks.
I'm gonna take Country Roads Take Me Home.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go with the Fighting Mountaineers, the Fighting Will Greers. I don't know. I just have
Fighting Pat Whites.
Yes, the
Fighting Pat Whites.
I just have a weird feeling because they haven't played too terrible. They got destroyed by Oklahoma State, but I mean Oklahoma State's a top 10 team. They also just lost to Kansas State on the road by a field goal. So I'm going to take West Virginia. I have no faith in Texas, and I'm pretty sure this Texas team, any like hype or whatever, like feeling good that this team had, there's no way this team isn't broken.
Oh, they are so. Wait, by the way, Ryan, you said that West Virginia lost by a field goal to Kansas State?
Yes.
No, they
lost by 14 to 17.
No, 34-17.
Oh, I read that wrong.
Yeah,
I said the 3 was a 1, but my bad. But
how'd you get 7 from a 1?
No, because I have my phone up here.
Congratulations,
looking.
You played yourself.
Congratulations, you're blind.
But I'm still Country Roads Take Me Home.
Oh God.
For West Virginia, the best team right now in Virginia when they don't have Brennan Armstrong. So give me the best team in Virginia as of right now.
What?
They're not in Virginia.
Best team in Virginia is Liberty.
They're not even the best team in West Virginia. That's Marshall.
No, I'm saying they're the best team in Virginia.
Because they beat Virginia Tech and
I'm saying because they're not in Virginia.
It's just like how
Arkansas is the best team in Texas.
Oh no! I guess. I'm going. Yeah, I'm going Texas.
I also didn't realize that West Virginia wasn't in Virginia. I didn't realize it was its own state.
I mean, it was part of Virginia back in like the 1800s, 1700s, bro.
And then they're like, we out.
Well, when I think of like West Virginia, I think of like when they named South Alabama because it's still in Alabama, but it's just South.
Unfortunately, there's no
like East Michigan should be. It's just like
well, that's like saying
should be the hand.
And East Carolina should be its own state too.
Wait, East Carolina's not in North Carolina or South Carolina?
It is. Okay. It is. It's in Greenville, North Carolina.
Oh my God.
Or North Texas. North Texas. It's
a new state. North Texas.
North Texas has their own. It's part of Oklahoma. It's actually located in Oklahoma.
Did Virginia people really hate Western Virginia people that much that they said no? You get
it's Civil War related.
Yeah,
Civil War related.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, but yeah.
See, Ryan, this is why we said earlier, just shut up. Just stop. Like, my God, dude. You're my
oh my
I gotta go back to school and learn how many states.
You gotta go back to geography,
Alabama, and Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California. I didn't make my pick, by the way.
It's not Arkansas, it's Arkansas.
All right, who are you taking, Connor?
Did you just say Arkansas?
It's Arkansas.
He said it as a joke. By the way, Connor, your thing was taking a minute to most. Your focusing was messing up.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it was. I'm gonna take just to try and get a point back. I will take West Virginia.
No.
See, my stupidity broke Connor's camera for a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It was trying to make me look just as ugly as your brain looks.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
All right. Iowa State at number 13, Oklahoma.
Lucas is taking Oklahoma.
I am also.
And I'm taking Oklahoma as well.
I'm going to also take Oklahoma. Iowa State, that loss to Texas Tech, I'm sorry. That's just not
an impressive loss. I mean, I would want to lose to a game, record-setting kick like that.
No. I wouldn't want to lose the game at all, so no.
All right. Give me the Cyclones and the Fighting Allen Lazards. I'm taking Iowa State in this game, and here's why. I think Caleb Williams I think his confidence is kind of shaken after that performance against Baylor. I think Baylor really got in his head. I don't think he's going to come out and play very good. Iowa State also has probably the third best defense in the Big 12, and they're really close to probably Oklahoma State and Baylor when it comes to defense. And I don't trust Oklahoma's defense, and Brock Purdy is still a good quarterback. And they still got Breece Hall in the backfield. So give me Iowa State and the Cyclones in an upset. Also, fun fact, the last 2 times Iowa State has played a ranked Oklahoma team at Oklahoma, Iowa State has won.
Wow. I actually didn't realize that.
Nice. I like it.
Wow. But also, who are you and what have you done with Ryan? Because you're actually being nice to Iowa State, and I don't know what's going on.
I picked them and then I picked against. It's like every other week I pick them. So
yeah.
I think we've had. I think Iowa State's one of the few teams that I think we've picked almost every single week this season, other than our own teams.
Yeah. Syracuse at number 20, NC State.
Lucas and I are both taking NC State.
I am also going to take NC State.
Syracuse, I think, is on the right track.
I think
Dino Babber's been there long enough that I think they're going to keep him around. He's besides last year. I mean, he got him like 9
coach
2 years ago.
I'm going to say this.
Wins like 2019 or 2018.
Hey, well, you know what? You got to give Coach leeway when he's coaching at Syracuse. I mean, it takes a special coach to build that program up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think NC State wins by a field goal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Syracuse pulled this upset, seeing as Miami pulled it. But yeah, I just think the Wolfpack is just they're better. So yeah, give me the Wolfpack.
Miami does have 2 good wins this year against Pittsburgh and NC State. As much as we bashed them at times, they've had some impressive wins.
Taylor Van Dimes. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad for missing who was the other guy?
Wait, are we talking about Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, De'Ara King?
Yeah, no De'Ara King. They're still getting these wins.
Well, we got that pick coming up in a bit.
Virginia at Pittsburgh.
Lucas and I are taking Pitt. Whoa, wait. Is Armstrong still out?
No, he's not playing. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Armstrong's not playing?
They were talking about it. They asked the coach at Virginia how he Bronco Mendenhall about how it's feeling. And I seen the pregame warmups for Brennan Armstrong. He tried throwing the ball 5 yards. You could tell he was in pain. The dude was like going like this every time he was throwing it. So
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh then.
That makes me hopeful for next week.
But I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
Not this week, but next week.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh just because of no Brandon Armstrong.
Yeah. Give me Pitt and the Fighting James Connors.
I'm fighting Larry Fitzgerald.
I just traded for him a couple weeks ago in fantasy, and the week I got him, he's got me 35 points, and I still lost. Well, I got him in a trade.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, because the guy I was playing against had both Carson Wentz and James Conner.
Oh no,
the Jets. Or no, Jonathan Taylor.
So did we all take Pitt?
Yeah, we all took
Pitt. We did.
Yep. Okay.
Number 9, Oklahoma State at Texas Tech.
Lucas. Yeah.
Lucas said this game's gonna put him to sleep.
Yeah, probably. Lucas takes Oklahoma State, as do I.
And as do I.
I'm taking the Fighting Justin Blackmans, quite literally.
I'm taking the Fighting Dez Bryants.
Oh, that's a good one. I forgot he went there too.
I'm taking the Fighting Michael Crabtrees.
Texas. No, you're actually taking him as a fighter because that's what all he was known for in Oakland.
Yeah.
I
must have loved that when he went off against Aqib Talib those few times.
No, remember when Richard Sherman went off him? Will you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree? That's the result you're going to get.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
It was hilarious when him and Aqib Talib got in a fight because Aqib pulled off his chain.
He just grabbed his chain.
He just like yanked it, and he's like, "Hey man, don't wear jewelry on my field."
Meanwhile, Aqib Talib probably has like 3 chains underneath his uniform.
Hey, don't disrespect the Kansas goat like that.
You know that's funny. The 2008 cornerbacks for Kansas was Chris Harris Jr. and Aqib Talib.
I think 2007 as well.
That was a stacked defense.
Never forget that Virginia Tech was the team that Kansas beat in the Orange Bowl in 2007.
But I don't know what it is.
I'm sorry, bro.
Tech, but doesn't it always seem like in the late November, Texas Tech somehow wins a game against a top 25 team they have no business winning against? Like I just
at home.
Like, yeah.
Wait. Is this a night game in Lubbock?
To be determined. Yes, it's an 8 p.m. start.
Oh. So yeah, I'm going with the Texas Tech Red Raiders in this game. I could see them winning this game on another 62-yard field goal.
Fair.
That'd be impressive. I think
Oklahoma State's just going to slow them down enough for it, though.
You might as well give that if that kicker makes another 62-yarder for the win. You might as well give him the.
He should just be automatically a stunner.
Yep.
He should be all of our stunners.
Number 11, Baylor at Kansas State. And by the way, Kansas State, 1-point favorite.
Ooh.
Lucas taking Kansas State.
I'm tempted to take Kansas State. I really am. Like, I really think that this could be such a hangover game for Baylor. But I'm gonna be the guy who takes Baylor. I'm gonna go with the Bears and Baylor.
The Bears. I'm taking Baylor.
Yeah, I hate their jerseys, but give me the Bears.
Fair. Okay. The third, one of the top games in this week, actually the fourth best game, SMU at number 5, Cincinnati.
Lucas is taking SMU.
Which
I was kind of surprised because I thought he was fully in Cincy's corner, but I think
No, not after the last few weeks.
Yeah, I know you're right. I wasn't really. Yeah.
He also wants them to lose because Notre Dame.
Yeah, to hurt you guys.
Yeah,
yes.
I am going to take Cincinnati at home. I want Cincinnati to make the playoff.
They're allowed to struggle because this is a good team, right?
They better be able to. If they drop them because of struggling with SMU,
that's okay, right?
If they don't drop them for barely beating Tulsa, but they drop them for barely beating SMU, the playoff no.
And the playoff committee is really rigged. Yeah.
No, it's a scam. It's actually a scam. But yeah, I'm gonna go Cincinnati and go into Bearcats.
Is this a night game or a day game?
I think it is a night game, but don't quote me on that. No, it's actually a 3:30 game, so it will end at night.
It'll end at night.
I don't know why, but I just have one of those feelings that SMU could ruin
everyone's fun.
If beat Cincinnati somehow, and I think it's going to be such a close game. But I trust Desmond Ridder more than I trust Tanner Mordecai in a tight game to win it.
If it were at SMU.
Yeah, I would take SMU. Yes.
Yep. We'd probably all take SMU if it was at SMU.
No,
but give me the Bearcats.
I'm taking the Bearcats as well. That's the third time Lucas is all by him. Third or fourth time Lucas is all by him.
This is either going to really screw him over in the pick'em,
or he's going to have either a bunch of regrets, or he's going to be a hero and he's going to almost take the lead.
Yeah.
No, he'll at least jump you because he's what, 3? Is he ahead?
He's in third.
I'm in fourth. So this will either he'll get a further lead on me or I'll jump him.
Yeah.
Number 21 Arkansas at number 2 Alabama. One of the 3 ranked matchups this weekend.
Lucas has Bama, and I'm going to take Bama as well. I think Arkansas has the running game to give Alabama fits. If they can do what LSU was doing, I think Arkansas maybe. I don't think they can, but they could at least keep it close if they can replicate what LSU was doing, kind of running the ball on Alabama like they did in that game. I'm taking Bama.
Alabama wins by a field goal. They've
okay. Well, I historically, do you really trust an Alabama kicker?
No, he scores it. No, and they're having to play catch up, and they don't have to make a game-winning field goal.
I still wouldn't trust them on a game-winning kick. I don't trust.
Well, they made two. They actually missed the extra point against LSU. That's why it was 2017. But I'm going to say. But the point is,
thing they can never get right.
The point being that it's a close game, but I think just Bama makes one too many plays at the end.
I'm going to go with another upset here. Whoa, Pig Suey.
Wow.
Arkansas.
Oh, I like it.
I was really high.
I don't think any of us would be mad if you get
that. No, I won't be mad at all.
Neither of us would be mad.
I thought Alabama was the number 2 team in the country the last 2 weeks ago.
And then they struggled against.
I'm not confident in that anymore. I think they would get the doors blown off of them by Georgia if they were to play right now.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, yeah, they struggled against, Georgia, but who doesn't struggle against Georgia? And
they've done really well since that 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, and they lost to Ole Miss. They lost to Ole Miss, but that was a really tight game, and also they went for the win instead of going to overtime. Yeah. KJ Jefferson, I think, is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in college football. The dude is absolutely amazing. And Treylon Burke has to be a top 10 receiver in college football. That dude is,
and he's not a semifinalist for the Biletnikoff,
which makes no sense.
Which is garbage. That's a joke.
And without Alabama's
defense, is Naylor from Michigan State at least a finalist, semifinalist?
Naylor
from Michigan State. Naylor.
Yeah, Naylor. Yeah, I don't know, but if he's not, that's also crap.
That's also crap.
But like I said, I think Will Pig Suey is going to get it done. If Florida can run the ball against Alabama and run it down their throat, I don't see why Arkansas can't.
That is Arkansas's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Give me the Hogs.
Yeah. Okay. Now, without a doubt, the game of the week. They
would definitely storm the field if that happens.
And it's at Bama.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Arkansas fans.
They might still.
Yeah. And then get mauled by Bama fans. Oh, jeez. Now, without a doubt, the game of the week, the one that it's really going to be a change up in the playoff rankings. Number 7, Michigan State at Ohio State, which is a noon game. This is blasphemy. I assume game day is going to be there.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they were going to go to Montana versus Montana State for whatever reason.
That's where they are?
That's where they were going to go.
Well, they always have. I think they have to do an FCS, at least one FCS versus FCS level.
They don't have to.
They usually try to, and then you
can't turn this game away though.
They usually try to do a group, at least 1 or 2 group of 5s.
Well, they did that already with Cincinnati.
Like the Cincinnati game a few weeks ago. Lucas has taken Ohio State, and with the way they played last week, and really since they've been playing, since they struggled against, I think it was Tulsa or Tulane, one of those teams. They've looked pretty much unstoppable, other than the Penn State game. But
Nebraska, they struggled too.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. But I think Ohio State will pull it off. If it's at the Horseshoe, I think they'll pull it off. If it was at Michigan State, I probably would take Michigan State, though.
Not so fast, my friend.
Ooh.
This season for Michigan State is such a throwback to the 2015 season. And what happened?
When they got shut out 35-0 in the playoffs? 38.
Yes, but okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, but I'm talking about the regular season. Now, let's not forget what happened that year. They beat Michigan in a crazy game.
Whoa, throw with the snap.
And then they won in a game they shouldn't have won at Ohio State. State.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
and
about that.
For that reason, this has got such that feeling. They lost to they already got – I think it was the weekend after they lost to, Nebraska, who they shouldn't have lost to, by the way. And just for that, I'm going to go with Sparty. Sparty gets
Michigan
this
State
one done.
Undefeated. Both Michigan State and Iowa were undefeated in that going in that big time.
Well, now both times they have – no, Michigan State had one loss against Ohio when they played Ohio State. I remember that.
Why did Iowa get knocked out then?
Because Michigan State beat Iowa in the Big Ten championship.
But I'm saying
undefeated.
If Iowa had played nobody up to that point.
But Iowa was still like number 4 in the country, and then they lost to Michigan State at the end.
Yeah. But I'm going Sparty.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sparty here as well. Notre Dame really needs Michigan State to beat Ohio State.
Oh, shut up about Notre Dame.
No, but not just that, but like I really like Michigan State. I love Kenneth Walker as not only a person but a player. The dude is really humble. Like I don't know if you guys have seen interviews with him, but he's never the type of guy that thinks he's all that. He's not overconfident going into games. He just shuts up, does his job, and carries the ball and just breaks people's ankles and puts them on his shelf. So I'm going to go with Michigan State in this game. I think that it'll be actually a high-scoring game. I don't think Ohio State's defense can stop the Michigan State's
Ohio
running.
State's defense is terrible.
I think Kenneth Walker may have a 200-yard game in this game.
Another replica of the Michigan game.
Yes.
5 touchdowns, 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, are we gonna act like the Ohio State beat Purdue comfortably, but let's not act like they didn't give up points.
They gave up 40 points to a Purdue offense that.
Oh, it was 40. I remember seeing at one point it was like 56-20. I was like, oh dang, that was a bad pick by me. I guess Purdue came back and made more.
Well, Purdue also kind of gave like a 14-point swing early in that game by turning the ball over twice. And
then meanwhile now, I mean, if Michigan State wins this game, that 10-year deal Michigan State's getting ready to give Mel Tucker is going to look really good. A 10-year, nearly $100 million contract, following in the footsteps of John Gruden and that dude from UTSA right there. That seems to be the big thing now, giving 10-year deals to coaches.
Yep.
And then they're going to last like 3 years max. Maybe
Wait,
4.
quick question. If Kenneth Walker goes off for 200 yards again in this game and Michigan State beats Ohio State,
he should be the Heisman favorite.
Does Kenneth Walker jump Bryce Young for Heisman front runner?
He should. He should
100%. Because Bryce Young hasn't really been that impressive recently.
No.
Why is he still ahead of Kenneth Walker in the first place?
Because I don't know,
quarterback.
It's Alabama.
It's a QB trophy. Yeah, that's
QB and it's Alabama. That's a great combo right there. But I think
that's
Kenneth
the QB
Walker,
trophy.
If he gets 200 yards, another 3 to 5 touchdowns.
I mean, C.J. Stroud has done the same thing. I mean, honestly,
C.J. Stroud has also not really had to play anybody yet worth a crap. Minus last week.
I mean, outside of Ole Miss, who was Bama played.
That's true. But yeah. Well, I'm not saying that Bama's is much better. I still think I would take Bryce Young.
I meant
Kenneth Walker.
I just look at the best games they played, and Kenneth Walker's played amazing against the biggest game of the year for Michigan State so far.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. He should be the Heisman favorite, and that just shows this trophy is now a scam. All right, now on to our teams first, starting with Connor.
Virginia Tech. By the way, Lucas is taking Miami.
Virginia Tech at Miami. And I am also going to take Miami. They had a tough loss last week to Florida State. No offense, Connor. I think Virginia Tech's in shambles right now. And I'm just a very bad time to fire Fuente as well. I'm going to go with the Canes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Connor. Like, I really want you guys to make a bowl game just so you have, like, you can play the Belk Bowl again and maybe get some.
We weren't going to make the Belk Bowl anyway, dude. That's like given to like the 3rd or 4th best team in the. That's given like.
That's where Clemson's going to be.
That's like because it's like because if the Orange Bowl is the best team in the ACC, Belk Bowl is given like the 2nd or 3rd best in the.
Maybe you'll get the Music City Bowl then.
We're gonna get we were good at the Independence Bowl at this point.
Oh yeah, we go to Shreveport.
Shreveport. No, I've been thinking the Military Bowl.
Can we get a Cheez-It Bowl?
My own backyard,
no.
right at Navy.
You know what the most hilarious matchup would be for a bowl game for Virginia Tech? Virginia Tech versus TCU in the Cheez-It Bowl. Both teams don't have a coach.
Oh, man. But Connor, who is your pick?
Oh, but I'm going to go with Miami, so give me the Taylor Van Dimes.
The Baylor Van Dimes.
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep. I'm taking Miami. They also just fired their AD, which I think that might be the real reason that Virginia Tech fired Fuente now, because they want to get rid of him and get their search started while Miami's still looking for an AD, because maybe Manny Diaz is on his way out as well from Miami.
Which is weird because I think he's earned his job back the last 5 weeks.
like the clock management, that last game was so bad.
At the end. Ooh.
Dude, that was so bad. But at the same time, like I think that might have been it. They want to get ahead of Miami, be able to get their search started, and not whoever they have targeted. They know it's probably someone in the group of 5, a Napier or Chadwell or something. Or
Napier would be a good hire.
Yeah, but I don't think Well, the thing is, I see if Napier goes to Virginia Tech, I wouldn't be surprised if in 3 or 4 years, if he builds it up, he then jumps to an SEC school.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what they're saying. He could go to LSU.
I don't think that's too big of a jump, maybe. But maybe. That's the thing. I think they probably did it to jump ahead of Miami, make sure that they can at least get their search started while Miami is still looking to get a new AD. But yeah, we're all taking Miami. I mean,
and then
if Armstrong's out next week versus for the Virginia game, that might be interesting.
Yep. Number 10, Wake Forest at Virginia Tech, where Clemson is a 4-point favorite.
Virginia Tech?
No, I meant Clemson.
Virginia Tech, a 4-point favorite?
Over Wake? Great, thank you. That makes me so happy that Virginia Tech 7-3. Yes!
But yeah, it's at Clemson. Clemson still a 33-game home win streak on the line.
Lucas as Clemson.
My man. Good boy. I know who Ryan's going to take. I'm not surprised.
Give me the fighting Kenneth Walkers, the previously fighting Kenneth Walkers. Sam Hartman for Heisman.
Oh, my God. Who the hell?
Give me the Demon Deeks. And you know what? Those Demon Deeks are going to be
you're taking the fighting Tim Duncans.
Yes. And you know what? The Demon Deeks are going to fly all over that Clemson Tiger Field, the fake Death Valley. But give me Wake Forest. Oh yeah, you got to do the Tiger Paw.
No, that's done. We already killed it. Stop it.
Wake Forest is gonna beat and declaw. They're gonna declaw the Clemson Tigs.
Damn, man, that's pretty harsh. That's animal abuse. I'm reporting you to PETA for that.
Who wanted to change the name of the bullpen to the Arm Barn?
I'm not gonna lie though, Arm Barn's pretty sick. I like if they were to change it to the Arm Barn, I would not complain.
I just imagine pictures of dudes just going like this in the background.
I would take the Arm Barn. I like that.
It's just a picture of Arm going. So like, look at my arms.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just at this point. I'm just taking whatever Costa's taking. So I'm taking Clemson.
Okay, I'm going.
I mean, no, seriously, I don't. Wake Forest is good. Their offense. I mean, okay, their offense is elite. Their defense is hot doo doo.
Clemson's offense is hot doo doo.
Clemson's offense has been getting better as the season has gone on.
And Wake's defense makes the Chiefs' defense look like they can actually stop somebody. So
I just don't think Clemson's offense can keep up. Honestly,
I mean, if it becomes a true shootout, I don't think so either. But I think Clemson, their defense is just good enough to slow Wake Forest down.
Clemson held Pittsburgh, by the way, to their lowest point total offense of the season at 20, on as far as offense goes.
Also, though, Clemson why is it every week a different Clemson players transferring out? They just had another running back transfer.
Who?
I don't. It was some guy.
Not Will Shipley.
As long as it's not Phil Maffa or Will Shipley, I don't care.
It was whoever the third or fourth string guy was that wasn't really going to play much.
Okay, then I don't care. He's peasant. Bye-bye, peasant. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Coster, quickly. Oh. Coster, remember?
What? Yeah.
No, yours.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I also shout out to Claudia, my amazing girlfriend, for giving me this amazing birthday present, by the way. This is from 2001 when Clemson played Virginia Tech in the Gator Bowl. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite crew necks now I own.
Did Clemson? Who did win that? Was that Clemson?
I think Virginia Tech did win that one, though. Nice. But I thought it was still fire. So I love it. So
I think that the design's really cool. I just like that. That's
yeah. Cool. So thank you, baby. I love you and appreciate you a lot. So thank you for doing that. But yeah, go Tigs. We are going to finally next week be ranked. Dad, got it. Rank us, you cowards.
And you're only going to be at 25.
I don't care. We will be ranked. How bad this season's been, I just want us to be ranked, my friend.
Your season's been bad?
For our standards.
It's a down year?
Dude, I'd take 7-3 at this point.
It's okay. We sacrificed for the Braves.
As I've pointed out, I do not have the luxury of being a fan of a team that knows what it feels like to have a down year, be suffering 3 losses as a down year.
You know what?
At least
my team is on a down year, and we're going to be 11-1.
Probably.
That's not a down year. Get
Yes,
out.
it
No.
is.
One loss. Whoa. No.
One loss?
Stop.
I'm saying for all this
One loss?
we're not as good as we were last year. Not even close.
Yeah, and you still got blown out in the playoffs.
And you got blown out in the ACC championship game.
When I say down year, I mean we don't have the talent like we used to.
Okay, fine. Okay, just go on. We're going to Ryan's. Let's just get over this.
We're going to Georgia Tech at Notre Dame, which I forgot to, by the way, put their ranking. So we're going to fix that real quick. There, it's number 8.
They don't deserve it. Just go through it quickly.
Okay, here we go. It's at number 8, Notre Dame. And I'm going to go Notre Dame. Sorry, parents. Sorry, brother. Sorry, me, even though I'm a Tech grad, their boot camp for coding. Sorry, Tech is.
Did your family root for Georgia Tech?
Both my parents are Georgia Tech alums, and my brother's graduating from Tech in the spring.
Be careful, though, Andrew. Your mom is in here, and she says if you start picking on Georgia Tech, you're going to be in big trouble.
I pick on them all the time. They're a bunch of nerds.
Go ahead, Connor. And what did Lucas take?
Oh, and Rigo's here. This guy that just randomly started following us.
Rigo.
Okay, Lucas and I are both taking Notre Dame, though I don't like it.
I don't like doing it either, but you can't. Tech sucks.
All right.
I wish I could take the fighting
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnsons. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take
the fighting Demarius Thomases.
I'm taking the
just for you, Ryan.
Oh,
just for
that's
you.
a good one.
Yeah.
I'm taking the fighting Jimmy Clausens. The fighting Brady Whites.
So
I'm taking the fighting Raymond McKnights.
We talked about Rudy earlier in the show.
Who is offsides?
Rudy got his first play against Georgia Tech.
Rudy was offsides.
Really? They were playing against Georgia Tech?
They were actually.
It's been forever since I've seen the movie, so I couldn't remember.
So, for that reason, Notre Dame is going to win this game, and they're going to beat Georgia Tech so bad that we're going to have all our Rudies out there.
You're going to wish that you were paying Cumberland instead?
Yes.
Oh gosh, Cumberland. Never forget that one. 222-0.
And yet what was crazy is I think Georgia Tech didn't even have like 500 yards of offense because they had so many drives starting the Cumberland side of the field and they'd score in like 1 or 2 plays.
Yep.
But 800
yards. It was all because rushing. Cumberland beat Georgia Tech
in baseball.
It was baseball and they won like 22-0.
And John Heisman got very mad. Yep, John Heisman got pissed off and he said, "Nope, all right." Yep.
John Heisman was a savage.
John Heisman coached everywhere too. He coached at Clemson too. Fun fact.
Did you know Bear Bryant? Where did he coach? He coached at somewhere before
Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah. I always.
But in his coach in Kentucky,
he coached Kentucky when they won their last championship, 1950 something. I think
they won a college football championship.
Yeah, 1950 or 51, wow. And Bear Bryant was their head coach.
Yep.
And his name and number retired, I think, at Kentucky.
Yes.
Now this game is a fun one.
Oregon at Utah. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm sorry, Lucas. You can hate me all you want. I hate to do this to you, man, because I can't let Ryan glow. I can't let Ryan glow
about anything. He's not here. You don't have to feel sad. Just yank it off. It's like a Band-Aid. Just rip it off.
Hey, you know what? He left the boys for work. So what a loser.
I know. What a loser.
Yeah. But Utah undefeated at home this year. Trend remains the same. It's at night. I'm going Utes.
Yeah. Oregon is going to lose. They're not going to be number 3 anymore, and I don't have to listen to Lucas.
Ryan's going to be so happy.
Ryan's literally just waiting to burst on this.
No, you know what I'm going to do?
Dude, I'm sure you have the comment just ready and waiting to press the instant.
He's had a copy and paste.
Legit. I'm not even joking.
He has it written out on his phone's notes. He's just gonna ready to copy and post.
I'm not joking. I actually do. Like I'm not joking. Like I legit do.
Bruh.
I haven't copy and pasted.
He's had it copy and pasted since they beat Ohio State.
I have a huge paragraph that I typed out
I think Lucas is taking Oregon, but I think he already did say he could see Utah winning. So Ryan, you're taking Utah?
Yes, but I was gonna say I have a paragraph like this long that I typed out in my memo for what I'm gonna say the minute that clock hits 0 and Utah beats Oregon.
I'm gonna be asleep.
It's gonna be a glorious day, and I'm gonna come on the show.
This is a night game at Utah, right? Is this a night game?
Yeah, it is a night game, and I believe Utah is favored.
Can I come on the show next week and get a party hat and get a rubber ducky and put
oh my god! All right, dude, come on. Now you're going overkill here. Listen, Utah, by the way, is a 3-point favorite.
3-point?
3-point. I'm not surprised at all.
And undefeated at home.
Yep, that's the reason why I'm picking them. Undefeated at home. You know how I like to do that. If teams undefeated at home, I like to take them.
Oregon.
Of course. I can't blame him, though. Respect.
All right. He's who do I take?
I didn't know you hadn't picked yet.
I haven't picked yet. I'm gonna pick Utah as well.
Yeah.
I think at this point it's just out of spite, just trying to see how many times Lucas is wrong with us.
So Lucas, before we go to the next pick, when Utah beats Oregon, Notre Dame is going to be looking down upon you peasants.
And then if Oregon wins,
Notre Dame somehow lost to Texas.
And then if Notre Dame loses Georgia Tech and Oregon wins, then Oregon will be looking down even further on Notre Dame. And even if Oregon wins, they'd still be looking down at Notre Dame.
But sorry, Lucas.
Lucas, Ryan, you'll be moved from your job painting the helmets to applying the duck decals on Oregon's helmets. That'll be your job after this.
Yep.
As a Notre Dame fan, you'll be put to that.
But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Now time for our $1 ticket game. And this is the game, of course, that if we would only go see if we had to pay $1 for the ticket. Unfortunately, this game is not $1, the lowest ticket price I saw on StubHub was $3. And that is the South Florida Bowls.
$3? That's way too much, dude. I got
rent. I have $3. Have you seen the SpongeBob?
It costs more in gas to get to Tulane.
How does SpongeBob pay rent on like $3?
I have $3 salary. I have no idea.
Like 3
I
cents
think he already bought his house. I don't think he's renting. But anyway, South Florida at Tulane.
I'm taking South Florida. So is Lucas. Tulane, ever since they almost upset Oklahoma, has looked terrible. I think they're on like a 9-game losing streak.
Or 8 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like they're on a long losing streak right now.
My man Jeff Scott, former Clemson offensive coordinator, is the head coach at South Florida, and they have gotten a little bit better this year. They definitely were giving Cincy for a minute to run for their money. They almost beat Houston. I'm going to go with the Bulls.
Yeah, I'm going to go with South Florida as well in this game. They actually have a win in conference play in the American.
Against Temple, right?
Yep, and they blew Temple out. Tulane does not have a win in the conference.
I forgot Tulane is even in the American.
South Florida also beat the crap out of Florida A&M. Tulane's only win is against Morgan State. They won 60-20.
The OG Morgan State with the greatest catch in college football history.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the Bulls.
You know which one I'm talking about, Costa, right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I do. And of course, Presbyterian.
Bro.
I love how we were all on the train at the beginning. Now we're just done with them. But
can Morgan State be our team next year?
No.
No, we have to. No, it has to be like an FCS school. It has to be
Morehead State.
That would be a good one. We'll figure it out.
No. We need to do Southern Miss for Cam.
Oh yeah.
I guess we can do that maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Presbyterian Blue Hose against. Let me look up what the name.
St. Thomas, Minnesota.
St. Thomas, Minnesota. Tommies. They are the Tommies.
Sounds like they're gonna pull out a Tommy gun and just shoot Presbyterian in the church.
And by the way, this is their first year in Division 1, and they're 6-3.
That's impressive.
And they're third in the Pioneer
I've heard
League.
them before, aren't they? They're in Division. They're in D3.
They were in D3.
What is this, D2 or
they were booted for their D3 success.
Oh, they're good. Okay. Both Lucas and I have taken St. Thomas. Presbyterian, if they can keep it below 35 points, or they keep the deficit below 35, that's a good win for them.
I am also going to go with the Tommies.
Yeah, even though St. Thomas, Minnesota's name, the Tommies, is probably less threatening than going to play one of my rival high schools, the Dwight Bunnies.
What?
Oh,
no.
They were actually called,
you're wrong. Are you serious?
Yes. They were called the Dwight, Illinois Bunnies. Their helmets.
Did Dwight from The Office name them or something?
I don't know.
Because that's something he would name them. I feel like.
Is their coach just like, all right, men, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna hop all over this team,
and
we're gonna go hopping around the bunny trail
so fast, we're gonna be like rabbits in heat.
Their mascot is an actual bunny.
That's actually cute though.
When they run it out on the field, it's actually like a little bunny. I'm not even joking.
That's actually funny.
They have like a bunny in like a cage. It's like it's like the old tiger that they used to have at LSU, but far less threatening.
It's just
unless it's the no. If it's the Monty Python and the Holy Grail bunny, then that's impressive. But if not, then no.
It's just sucking on its water bottle, eating its Timothy hay, like. But even their helmets just have bunny ears on the side. Like it just looks like
on their helmets.
Yes, a little schoolgirl looked like they just painted some bunny ears on it. That's the.
Dude, I would hate to play for them.
Dude, I would too.
Dude.
Hey, to be fair, they haven't had a winning season in 30 years, but
that's actually sad.
They have.
Sad.
They have a state championship.
And my school's football team is bad. Like we just had our first home playoff game for the first time since 2006, and our first winning season since 2011.
Hey, you know what?
My school has still never hosted high school playoff.
Dude, it's so funny how
we didn't make it till the year after I graduated. We were.
I hosted too.
Archbishop Spalding.
What?
Archbishop Spalding?
No.
They're really good in football.
But
they just destroyed our rivals Broadneck earlier in the season.
But no, the Bunnies actually, funny enough, do have a state championship in football.
They do?
Yes.
Back in what, the 60s?
30-something years ago, they won a state title in football. So that's something my school doesn't have. So, I mean, they can be the Bunnies and be whatever they want. So,
all right. So you want to know what the final scores of were my high school for the last 3 games? It's actually very sad. The last game they lost 48-6 against Martin Luther King, who was pretty good. Then they lost 75-12 to Decatur, who's pretty good as well. And then they lost 70-13 at Lithonia. So yeah,
my team. My team. My high school just lost 28-0 at home, but Jesus.
Oh, and they lost 66-0 to my dad's old high school, Southwest DeKalb. Forgot that one.
DeKalb?
Southwest DeKalb. DeKalb. It's for DeKalb County.
DeKalb. I thought you said DeKalb like I'm just about to bust a cap in their butts.
Oh
man.
So we're all taking St. Thomas, Minnesota.
Ryan, you're taking St. Thomas?
Yeah.
Also, my girlfriend appreciated the my shout out for the hoodies, or the crew neck. So I'm glad.
I love how we started this somehow with 3 guys. It took us over nearly an hour to do 20-something picks.
We were just having fun, man.
Yeah,
we were enjoying it. But
I have a lot more fun without Lucas here.
Hey, our show's a little bit more PG.
Yeah, we're not giving more head. But that's going to do it, guys.
And we definitely can trust the Trojans not to break on us.
And we definitely don't fall in love with the hookers too much.
And we definitely don't have the press. We definitely are not talking about the Presbyterian blue waffles.
God damn it.
You know what? At the end of this season, we need to put the clips together of the funniest moments of this show. Like, literally.
And it's going to be one of the clips is going to be you saying you didn't know West Virginia was a state.
Yes, 100%. That's going to be it. Thanks. Okay, but anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Actually, no, Connor, you're the host. I forgot.
Gus just wants to get out of here. He just wants this show to end.
I just want to get off here and watch the Lakers lose.
That does it for this edition of the Week 0 podcast. It is yet another, I can't say the word, but it's been another great show. There's another word in front of that, but it's been a great show by us. For Andrew, rank Clemson Coster. For Ryan, thank Jesus for Connor's sake, Frabble. I am Connor, Ding Dong, the witch is dead, Doherty. And for Lucas, who decided to skip this for something where
to be a security
guard to play hooky.
He makes money playing hooky.
But also,
he's
guys,
playing hooky with a hooker.
Also, guys, if you like this video or podcast, thumbs if you loved it, thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it,
and sub to my channel, where this is also streaming now on. It's called Punt Intended, the sports channel where everything is made up and proves that punts don't matter.
That's true. Yeah.
And Justin Tucker is the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Yeah, but the Ravens suck because they lost to the Dolphins.
Everyone's lost a bad game they shouldn't have this year.
That's true. That's true. Actually, no, the Falcons haven't lost a game. I lied. They lost to the Eagles. I take that back.
Like the Broncos losing to the Ravens?
No, you mean the Broncos losing to the Eagles as well?
Yeah.
You thought you could sneak that past us, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You thought. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Go Tigs. We're going to beat Wales.
Go Bunnies. Wherever you are.